Well, guys, this is it. We've done shotguns, we've done assault rifles, we've done SMGs, we've even done snipers and explosive weapons. Actually, now that I think about it, we haven't done pistols yet. But ladies and gentlemen, today, after many top 10s, we are bringing you the top 10 best wonder weapons. So usually at the start of these, I like to have a little bit of a blurb, a little bit of a comment on the type of weapon that we're going to be discussing today. But I think wonder weapons are pretty obvious. They're the power weapons of zombies. They're the annihilators, the killers, the saviors, or sometimes all three of those things. Wonder weapons are very fun. They're really what makes zombies such a unique experience. You get these guns, and then ultimately you upgrade and you find this wonder weapon on the map, or you get it from the box. It's just always a good time. Now we're going to be basing this list on just sheer power, not coolness, not anything else, just sheer how good it is and how well it plays in the game. So guys, let's do this. This is the top 10 best wonder weapons of all time. Number 10, the wave gun. So the wave gun / zap gun is only featured on Moon, and I gotta say, this is definitely an interesting weapon. You can hold it split apart as an akimbo weapon, kind of like the Raygun Mark III, and it's called the zap gun. It basically sends out like a mini Wunderwaffe shot, where it doesn't chain to other zombies, but it does electrify the zombie that it hits. And while that's pretty good and honestly totally fine, that's not the reason that the wave gun is on the list. And also the reason we're saying wave gun and not zap gun. Even though they are the same gun, the wave gun is what makes this setup so good. Basically, the wave gun, you just shoot it into a horde of zombies, and in a very unique way, it kills everything. It sort of stuns them, and then they just kind of explode. It's a very fun weapon to use. I'm a big fan of it, and it comes in at number 10. Number 9, the Wunderwaffe. So the Wunderwaffe is a very interesting weapon choice. On Shinonuma, it was really good. On Doris, it should have been good, but it took away your jug. Black Ops 1, it was fine. At the start of Black Ops 3, it sucked, and then it got really good again. So I think overall, net, we can say that the Wunderwaffe is a great weapon. The OG Shinonuma Wunderwaffe, though, I think that's truly the best. The thing with the new Wunderwaffe in Black Ops 3 is it tends to kind of drop off at a certain point, and I don't even know if it's like infinite killing or what, but once you get into the later rounds, it stops being as good. But I don't know, I've just got a certain soft spot in my heart for that OG World at War Wunderwaffe. Always a one-shot kill, and again, despite the fact that yes, it takes your jug on Doris, pack-a-punched or not, it's still amazing. Like if you take the gun for what it is, a gun that always kills zombies no matter what, it's pretty freaking good. It may not be able to kill an infinite amount of zombies, but it does have an infinite amount of damage, and for that reason, I think it deserves a spot on this list. Plus, it's the OG. Number 8, the Raygun Suspense Mark III. Yeah, so we're not putting the Raygun Mark II on this list, and we're not putting especially the Raygun on this list. Obviously, the Raygun shouldn't be on this list. The Raygun Mark II is good, but hard to use effectively on higher rounds. But I think that overall, the Raygun Mark III is the best version of all these guns. And technically, the Mark II actually does more damage than the Mark III. It can be about a headshot to like round 80 with a burst of a Mark II. But the Mark III is just overall better. I mean, yeah, you can take one specific area of why the Mark II is really good, but I think as an overall gun for the average player, the Mark III is just solid. You can camp with it, you can kill individual zombies with it, you can slow them down, it's great for the Easter egg. There's just so much you can do with the Raygun Mark III. And although the Mark II is very good and technically better at killing later in the game, I just feel like if you're getting to beyond round 50, you're probably going to need a better weapon regardless. The Mark III may fall off, but in the 40 rounds where it is amazing, I think that makes up for a lot of its shortcomings, and it comes in at number 8. Number 7, the Rollick Withering, aka the invincibility weapon. Defensively, this is probably the best wonder weapon in all of zombies. So if you're not familiar with this gun, pretty simple concept. It essentially shoots monkey bombs. Monkey bombs that do way more damage. These little green orbs that go out, all the zombies chase it, and then it blows them up. And really, it's quite effective up until like round 40, 50. And on top of that, it's got 150 reserve ammo. Now, paired with a map like Mob of the Dead that actually has traps, you can see where this gets a little bit overpowered. There's a term that I coined a long time ago with this weapon, and it's kind of called the invincibility setup. It's almost in a way like the Deathly Hallows. Harry Potter references aside, what you need is obviously a Rollick Withering, a shield, and then the perks Electric Cherry, Speed Cola, Double Tap, and Jug. You can get trapped in a corner and never die with this setup. The shield gives you 50% coverage, Jug gives you enough to stay alive, the Rollick Withering pauses the zombies from attacking you, Electric Cherry shocks them, and then Double Tap is enough to do the damage. You quickly reload with Speed Cola, repeat the process, and it is very difficult to die when you're trapped in a corner. Yeah, it's very difficult to die, just like if you had an invisibility cloak, an Elder Wand, and a Resurrection Stone. But in all seriousness, defensively, it's one of the best setups you can possibly have. However, the one big problem with the Rollick Withering is it just doesn't really have the damage. Number 6, the Thunder Gun. I don't really think I need to take much time to explain why the Thunder Gun is good in 2017. Basically, how it works is if there's a zombie in your way, you pull the trigger, and that zombie is no longer in your way. You don't have to aim. You don't even have to look. You can just hear him coming and just dead. For real though, the thing with the Thunder Gun is it's a very great defensive weapon as well as an offensive weapon. The only reason I'm not putting it any higher is it just doesn't have a ton of ammo for how good it is, which is important because if it had more, it'd be really overpowered. It's a Thunder Gun. What more do you want from me? Number 5, the Staff of Lightning, Black Ops 3 edition. So the Staff of Lightning, or Kimmett's Bite fully upgraded, is a bit of a good wonder weapon. It was very effective in Black Ops 2, but it suits Black Ops 3 better because the thing with Black Ops 3 is zombies started hitting faster, and in Origins you really need that quick kill. And honestly, with Kimmett's Bite, it's just such a weapon that I love. I get so excited just thinking about this thing. You don't need zombies are there, you shoot it at the ground, and zombies aren't there anymore. Are there 4 Panzers in your way? Well, guess what? You're fine. It can revive players. It's a melee weapon. It even has its charge shot, which is kind of a little bit like a Wunderwaffe. Ugh. I'm just happy thinking about the Lightning Staff in Origins and Black Ops 3. Ugh. It's actually a wonder weapon that just makes me happy thinking about it. I think I have a crush on the Lightning Staff. Don't tell Ice. Number 4. The Liquefier. So pre-patch Liquefier would have probably scored a little bit higher on this list. For those of you that don't know, when Die Rise dropped, the Liquefier was actually the best wonder weapon ever. The reason it was so good was because a single shot could infinitely chain onto zombies. Basically what that means is if you were in the right area, let's say an elevator shaft perhaps, you could shoot one shot and the chain would just go on forever until the end of the round. One round, one bullet, even on round 100. They then obviously did have to patch that because it was a little bit overpowered, but this thing is still incredible. There's a horde in your way, it's great for taking out zombies, and obviously training, it's just still stupidly good. And it's even a bit of a funny wonder weapon because it has the potential to throw you off a map if you're not careful with it. On Die Rise, like you shoot it on a ledge and you could slip off. But at the end of the day, there's something I always just wondered, like what if you could actually upgrade or pack a punch the Liquefier? I bet the upgrade for that gun would be pretty slick. Got him. This is so stupid. Number 3, my beloved Staff of Ice. If I have a crush on the Lightning Staff, then I'm probably married to the Ice Staff. The thing with the Ice Staff is it's really good at killing zombies. It's not very good at saving you from zombies. Like if you don't kill the zombies, they're probably gonna kill you. If you get trapped in a corner, you're probably dead. But it's really good at killing zombies. All you have to do is just sit there and just shoot its storm at the ground and everything around you will die. And then the next thing you know, you're on round 100 and you're like, how did I even get here? It is magnificent. Especially the Black Ops 2 version, because the zombies were slightly slower, so it just suited that map more. And there was a moment where I was like not even so much into the Staff of Ice, or All's Arrow, if you will. But I went back to Black Ops 2, used it again, and I was like, nah, this thing still is just an absolute wrecking machine. Great for getting to high rounds, not so great though for being a savior gun. But you know what is great at getting to high rounds and is also good at being a savior gun? The Stormbow. Ladies and gentlemen, I have tried to deny it for a long time that the Stormbow is not better than the Staff of Ice, and I think for high rounds, you could still argue that. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna admit once and for all, the Stormbow is better. The reason the Stormbow is better is because it's a mix of the Lightning Staff and the Ice Staff. It is actually literally a mix when you think about it. So let me explain. A single lightning bolt shot, so just a little plop to the ground, there's one zombie in your way, kind of acts like a shot from the Staff of Lightning. Not as good, but the same idea. It just kind of instantly stops them from attacking you / it kills them. Then you charge it up and you get this circular storm of death that if anything enters, they die. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's the exact same thing as the Ice Staff. But again, the thing with this weapon is it's got both. It's got the saving ability and the lightning ability. The Ice Staff is better for being that storm, and the Lightning Staff is better for being that savior, but the Stormbow truly is a mix of both. So really, I think the only way that you could say that either of those staffs are better than the Stormbow is if you combine them together. Seriously though, how cool would it be to have a Lightning Ice Staff where the single shot is the lightning, and then the long shot is the storm? I'm getting sidetracked. Let's move on. Guys, Is there any point in even talking about our number one spot? This weapon is literally every single wonder weapon that we just said on this list merged into one. It's good at distracting zombies. It's good at saving you if you're trapped in a corner. It's good at killing multiple zombies. You can train with it. You can camp with it. You can do anything you want with it. The Apothecate Servant is just the most overpowered thing I've ever seen in my life. And again, I'm not trying to make this anticlimactic. I think it's just obvious. Like, there's nothing that even comes close to being as good as the Apothecate Servant. And again, the reason is it's a killing weapon that is also the safest weapon you could ever use. It's a Gerstdevice shooter. You shoot it, and not only does it distract all the zombies, it pulls them away, instantly stops them from attacking you, by the way, but it then kills them and kills everything around it, and then explodes. And then when upgraded, you can do that like 13 more times. So I don't know, guys. You be the judge. Is there anything better than the Apothecate Servant ever? No. Not even close. Oh! I mean, you know, besides the jet gun, but memes aside, the Apothecate Servant is decent. Anyways, guys, that is going to be our video for the day. We got to do top 10 pistols, and then we are going to do top 10 guns in Call of Duty Zombies history. So it's going to be a good one. Thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you later. Peace out, you frickin' nerds.